You're listening to Swift News, your daily news briefing in just 10 minutes. This is episode 18, and it's May 21st, 2025. Let's get into today's stories.
Right. Today we're going to cover a lot of ground politics, business, sports, and much more from around the globe. Basically, the key things you need to know.
Okay, let's jump right in. Politics first. India's parliament seems stuck on the WAF Act amendments.
Yeah, proceedings have really stalled. It's a sensitive issue touching on religious property laws, and finding agreement is proving tricky.
Legislative deadlock.
Yeah.
And over in Germany, sounds like Chancellor Scholz's coalition fell apart.
It did, over budget disagreements leading to snap elections. That's always a big deal for stability, not just in Germany, but, across Europe.
Right, uncertainty there. Meanwhile, in Peru, a big port strike. Corral.
That's right. It's halted something like 60% of their exports. Major disruption for trade, especially within South America. Supply chains feeling that.
60%? Wow. Okay, switching gears. South Korea delayed its crypto tax.
They pushed it back to 2028. It shows, I think, a bit of caution around regulating digital assets, calms investors for now, but leaves things open.
Interesting. And energy, Algeria and Italy have a new gas deal. Good for Europe.
Definitely helps Europe's energy security. It's all about diversifying suppliers, reducing reliance on single sources. Makes Italy more of a hub, too.
Makes sense. Now, Ukraine. President Zelensky rejected U.S. ceasefire terms.
Yes, specifically because they involved losing territory. It really underscores how difficult peace talks are when core issues like borders are non-negotiable, suggests the conflict continues.
A very tough situation. And finally, in politics, Australia's Indigenous Recognition Bill.
Prime Minister Albanese is pushing for it, but there's significant opposition. It's a complex debate about history, rights, and constitutional acknowledgement.
Okay, let's move to business and economy. India's Nifty Index, trading a bit lower.
Yeah, below 24,850. Seems like the market's waiting for some clarity, particularly from U.S. trade policy before making any big moves. Kind of consolidating.
So global factors at play. Now, Brazil and EU ban on their meat exports.
That's right, due to health violations. It's a significant blow for Brazilian farmers and, well, the whole agricultural sector there. Big hit to revenue.
Ouch. On a more positive note, Nigeria's mobile banking scene is exploding.
Absolutely. Hit 100 million users. It's really driven by fintech startups, making banking more accessible, especially through phones. Huge leap in financial inclusion.
Incredible growth. Japan Toyota's profits dipped.
Down 12%, mostly attributed to the high costs of shifting towards electric vehicles. It shows the financial strain on legacy automakers making that big EV transition.
A necessary cost, maybe. Then there's Apple in the U.S., new AI MacBook boosting their stock.
Yep, stock jumped 5%. The market seems pretty excited about integrating AI more deeply into consumer tech, sees it as a growth driver for Apple.
AI is everywhere. Uh-oh, coffee prices spiking in Indonesia.
Up 20%. Blame the drought. It's reduced yields significantly. A clear example of how weather directly impacts, the cost of everyday things, like your coffee.
Definitely feeling that. And back in Germany, BASF, cutting jobs.
Yeah, 2,000 jobs. They're citing high energy costs. It really highlights the pressure on energy-intensive industries in Europe right now. Competitiveness is tough.
Right, tough times for some industries. Let's switch over to sports. The IPL final is coming up.
It is. The Gujarat Titans are through, waiting for their opponent in Ahmedabad. Always huge excitement around the IPL playoffs. Massive for cricket fans.
Absolutely. Tennis Naomi Osaka is doing well at the French Open.
Yeah, quite a comeback story. She made it to the quarterfinals after beating Sabalenka. Great to see her competing at such a high level again.
Fantastic. Premier League action.
Gabriel Jesus had a great game for Arsenal, scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
Just shows the impact South American talent has on top European leagues.
Always exciting to watch. And in athletics.
Kelvin Kiptum was named World Athletics Male Athlete of the Year. Really underscores the dominance of African runners, particularly from East Africa in long distance.
A well-deserved honor. What about football legends? Ronaldo.
Still breaking records. Set a new scoring record in the Saudi Pro League. Just shows his incredible longevity and, well, his drive to perform.
Amazing. Basketball down under.
Australia's women's team clinched the Asia-Pacific title. Big win for them and shows the strength of basketball in Oceania.
Great result. And Champions League.
Alphonso Davies was key in Bayern's win. It's significant seeing a North American player excel at that level in European football. Talent development really showing.
Definitely a rising star. Okay, let's check out entertainment and culture. Wordle answer today.
Number 1432 was crisp. These simple games, like, they just keep engaging people daily, don't they? That shared puzzle moment.
They really do. Music News WizKids concert in Lagos.
Sold-out stadium, just huge.
Wow.
Shows the incredible popularity and global reach Afro beats and artists like WizKid have now. African music is massive.
Truly global. Anime fans excited about a Sailor Moon reboot.
Oh yeah, it debuted and it's trending worldwide. It's got that nostalgia factor, but the themes still resonate, you know? Empowerment, friendship, classic story.
Timeless appeal. What's happening in South America's literary scene?
The São Paulo Book Fair it's the largest in Latin America. Really highlights the vibrant literary culture and the importance of books there.
Sounds great. Any rock news from Europe?
Rammstein is teasing a farewell tour for 2026. They've had such a huge impact with their unique sound and those intense live shows. Big news for fans.
End of an era, maybe.
Yeah.
Movie buzz. Avatar 3 trailer.
Breaking streaming records already. The appetite for that franchise is just immense. People are clearly eager to get back to Pandora. Massive anticipation.
Huge numbers. And the NYT Connections puzzle.
Number 710 had a themed textures challenge. These connection puzzles are great, make you think laterally, find those hidden links. Good brain teaser.
Always fun. Moving to environment and science. Delhi's air quality efforts.
They're bringing in stricter emission rules. The AQI levels have been dangerously high, so urgent action is really needed for public health.
A serious issue. And flooding in Australia.
Yeah, severe floods in Queensland. Displaced about 3,000 people, damaged crops. Highlights the region's vulnerability to, well, extreme weather, likely linked to climate change.
Devastating. What about positive environmental news? Nigeria's tree planting.
They're pushing ahead with their Great Green Wall style project, planting 10 million trees in the Sahel to combat desertification. A massive greening effort.
That's encouraging. And ocean conservation in Indonesia.
Good news there, too. Coral reef restoration efforts have apparently saved around 5,000 marine species, so vital as reefs support so much biodiversity.
Fantastic progress. Renewable energy in Brazil.
Their wind energy output jumped 15%. That means less reliance on fossil fuels, lower emissions, a positive shift in their energy mix.
Good trend. Urban innovation in North America. Toronto's traffic lights.
They're testing AI-controlled traffic lights. The idea is to ease congestion, make traffic flow smarter, could make city commuting less painful.
We can hope. And finally, science, a new flu vaccine from Japan.
Yes, an mRNA flu vaccine starting global trials. If successful, aiming for a 2026 rollout. mRNA tech could mean faster, more adaptable flu shots. Big potential for global health.
Really promising.
Yeah.
Okay, let's wrap up with some events in human stories. Rhino conservation success.
In Assam, India, yes. The rhino population is up to 3,000, a 20-year high. Shows that dedicated protection and habitat work really can bring species back.
Wonderful news. Community empowerment in Kenya.
A beekeeping co-op has helped empower 500 families. These kinds of initiatives, providing skills and resources, make a real difference in boosting local economies.
Great initiative. Heritage preservation in Peru.
They're restoring parts of the Inca Trail. It's important for preserving history, but also, boosts tourism and gives young people valuable work.
Win-win. What about support efforts in Ukraine?
There are volunteers in Dnipro making prosthetics for those injured in the conflict. Just incredible compassion and resilience in action, meeting a critical need.
Truly inspiring. Youth Action on Climate.
A big youth climate summit in Perth, Australia, drew 10,000 attendees. Shows the passion and commitment of young people driving the conversation on climate change.
The next generation leading the way. And a story from Chicago.
Yeah, a teacher has trained 200 homeless students in coding. Providing skills like that can be a real pathway out of homelessness, opening doors to tech jobs.
Incredible impact. And resilience in Asia, Sumatra.
After floods destroyed schools, villagers rebuilt them, ensuring 1,000 kids could get back to education. Shows their strong commitment to the children's future, even after disaster.
Amazing community spirit. Well, that covers a lot of ground.
It certainly does, from global politics to local initiatives.
That's your world in 10 minutes with Swift News. The world in 10 minutes. From parliaments to prosthetics, floods to finals, we've spanned the globe.
Follow us for daily updates. Join us tomorrow for episode 19.
Stay curious, stay informed. This is Swift News, signing off.